Hello Year 1 and welcome to Sunday's PE lesson. Now this week we're going to change things a little bit and we're going to change them for the next few weeks to see how it goes. So what we would like to do is on a Sunday and a Monday you're going to have a curriculum based lesson now. So that's going to be based around things that you would have done if we were still at school. Okay, so they're based around your PE curriculum lessons. On a Tuesday, we have some exciting news because this week you're going to have a live Zoom session that's going to take place on a Tuesday. More information will come out about that closer to the time, so don't worry too much about that just now. And then on a Wednesday and a Thursday, Mr. Rule is going to give you a challenge activity, very similar to like what we've been doing already. So that's going to be based around a challenge activity on a Wednesday and a Thursday. So for today's session, what I would like to say is that I would like you to be involved, you to be in charge of your iPad. So that means that I'd like you to be independent in this task. You can go off and do the activity on your own. I'm going to try and guide you through it as much as possible so that you don't need too much support. But at times you'll probably need to pause the video. So feel free to pause the video as well. What I would like to go through to start with is what equipment you're going to need for today. So for today's session, you're going to need some different types of balls in different sizes. If you don't have this, use rolled up socks, soft toys, scrunched up pieces of paper, or even a lemon or an orange. You're also going to need something that you can use as a target, either Skittles, some blocks or some empty water bottles, or anything else suitable around the home. Pause the video and go and find all of the equipment you need for today's session. So can you have a little think about what a striking and fielding game might mean? And to give you a little bit of a clue, another word for striking might be batting or hitting. So here are some examples of striking and fielding games. Rounders, cricket, baseball and softball are all examples of striking and fielding games. We have a striking team, usually known as a batting team as well, and we have a fielding team, the team that has to throw and catch the ball and get it to the bases or the posts to try and get the other team out. Our learning objective today is all based on throwing. To explore and perform a range of throws to include rolling, underarm and overarm. Start off today's session by exploring a range of ways to throw the ball. We're trying to focus on throwing today, so don't worry too much if you're not very successful in your catching. However, we would like to encourage you to try and catch as much as possible. Keep your eyes on the ball at all times. If you need to let the ball bounce, that's absolutely fine. Try it 10 times with bouncers and then try and take away the bounce. Use a range of sizes, so start with the larger ball and then use the smaller ball if you have one available to make it a little bit harder. You can add a clap as well to your throwing and catching. Pause the video after this stage and go and have a go at lots of different throwing and catching. For our next activity, have a go at the yellow challenge card. We're going to roll a ball, a large one to start with if you have it available, against a wall. See how many times you can do it. Try and get up to 10 without any mistakes. Once you get up to 10, make the ball a little bit smaller and then a little bit smaller again. Key teaching points for this activity are to keep our eye on the ball, stay nice and low, and step forward with your opposite leg. Here's another activity using exactly the same rolling action, but instead of using the wall, we're trying to knock over the targets. Set a range of targets out and try different equipment to knock them over. For our final activity today, I want us to move on to underarm throwing. Step forward again with your opposite foot, keep your eye on the ball and throw in an underarm swinging action. If the ball needs to bounce, that's absolutely fine, but try and take the bounce away as you get better. When you're ready, move on to a smaller ball. If you don't have a wall available, ask a parent or a sibling to help you. Remember, to make today's challenges easier or harder, change the distance that you're throwing from, the type of ball equipment that you're using, or the activity that you're doing.